Ding, ding, ding. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Justin here, and today I want to show you guys that I reached myself 100 subscribers. Thank you everyone for subscribing my channel, and now we have been reaching 100 subscribers, and wow, thank you everyone. I'm really appreciating you guys' support, and yeah, we had reached 100 subscribers, and today we are gonna do a special 100 subscribers video. As was listed on my website, I'm gonna do a mod review. So a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a mod review of my Optifine mod that I had for a couple of months, I guess. So before it gets started, I want to tell you guys what is Optifine Mod. So Optifine Mod lets you to have a better gameplay, better PvP if you're playing on a server, or better game FPS. If you guys know frame per second, it's really important when you're playing games, and it really just increases your FPS for about, I don't know, when I have like no Optifine, I got like only 30 to 40, 50 FPS, but when I have like seriously the Optifine mod, I go up from like survival, I go up to like 150 FPS to like 200 FPS in server. I still get a like 40 to 50 FPS, but before I put Optifine mod, I got like 20 to 30 FPS, but then I add Optifine, then it goes up for 50 FPS. So yeah, we're gonna explain you guys on the Optifine mod. The link of the mod will be listed in the description below, so you guys can take a look at that. And I'm gonna show you guys how to install the actual Optifine in the description. So let's get started. So this is basically the mod itself. So if you go to, you cannot really see anything from the lobby or from the menu from Minecraft. So you basically go to not multiplayer, you go to option, you go to video settings, and you got a couple of options here that you don't get to choose without this Optifine mod. Yep, Optifine mod is allowed in each server ever in Minecraft, so everyone allows to have Optifine. It's a pretty great mod to improve your PvP or your FPS. So here goes a little bit of review of the mod itself. So if you go to video settings, we have the graphics, smooth lighting, and you can also select your smooth lighting and your max frame rate. This is kind of like just the normal Minecraft section, like the view bobbing, alternate blocks. So just like all of these here that I really circled here, this is just like the normal settings in Minecraft, but below here we got something unique. So we have fog and shaders. So I have shaders. It's also built into the Optifine mod, but I'm not gonna use shaders. It makes your Minecraft laggy. So shader is like to add on some like realistic to your Minecraft gameplay or whatever. And here we got the detail. You got to choose all the settings for this. Like clouds, I put it off so you can like get faster quality gameplay. And then trees, let's put it on fast. Sky is where you can set off your sky, whether it's visible or not visible. So it's like pure blue, or you're getting like those clouds and those realistic feel of the sky. And then we have the sun and moon, so you can like have the sun or the moon turned on or off. It's faster to turn it off. I usually turn it on just to have some realistic view of what I'm playing. Translucent block is a color blending, so it controls the color blending of the translucent block with different color, which is like stained glass, water, or ice, when placed behind each other with air between them. So I actually pulled, let's put it on fast. Dropped item is like whether you have a 2D or 3D dropped item, which is crazy. And we have cloud height, so this is like if you turn off your cloud, you'll automatically have no cloud at all. And this is rain and snow. This is like default or whatever here, so you can have like the rain or snow on or off. Usually I turn it off actually because yeah, due to some laggy reasons, it makes your Minecraft lag when it starts raining or even starts snowing. Stars, I put it off just to get a faster gameplay, get more FPS. I don't really care about the detail on Minecraft. I care about getting a lot of those PvP skills or whatnot, getting the FPS getting higher, and that really helped your PvP skills or your Minecraft skills. Well, if I'm not recording, it's okay to turn everything on because of course it's not laggy. But if we're recording, of course I'm recording this in like 1080p, or a 4K, I don't know, but it'll make my Minecraft laggy. So yeah, I just turn it off every time I record Minecraft, I guess. Show capes, this is just if you have a cape from Minecon, or you just bought a cape from the Minecraft.net. And here we have health item tooltips, or whatever this is, and then we have a Vigilant. I don't really know what this is, but Vigilant may have a significant effect on the FPS, especially when playing full screen. So this is like just to get faster. Let's turn it on to fast, which is nice. And then here we have the animation. So if you want to turn on or turn off all your animations like this, if you put all off, it of course will increase your FPS higher, but indeed when you are on fire or you're like trying to burn people, you don't get the effect. So the fire, everything just slows down. But I prefer to turn it on because, of course, just to have a better gameplay. So example, for PvP, we're playing Skywars and you're on fire, but when you turn everything off, you technically cannot see the fire. You cannot see that you're burning. So it's just like your heart decreasing, but you don't have like the animations going on your PvP. So that's kind of like pain in the butt. But yeah, if you want to turn it off, well, I don't really mind about that. It of course higher up your FPS, but indeed you don't get a good gameplay. That's just for my opinion though. But if you want to turn it off, well, it's okay. But turn particle to decrease if you don't want a particle at all, like the potion particle, whatever. But I'm just going to turn it off to decrease, which is nice. And then here we have fog start. No, we don't need the fog start. That's just because of the fog. Well, the fog will start later on if you're turning it to on. And here quality here, so we can like get all the settings here. Usually I just put off in each things, but a couple of them you need to consider as turning it on. So map levels, just turn it off to like off, and map will be going up to like nearest. This will actually let you a visual effect which makes distant job look better by smoothing the texture detail. But I usually put on to nearest. You guys can see there when I play Minecraft, usually you guys cannot really see like the background of it too nice. But I will actually just put it on to like 2, and then like put it on to normal or linear, normal smoothing. And this is some anisotropic filtering. So this is like restore detail in map texture. So it's like the map stuff again. So let's just put it on to 4. This is anti-aliasing. You can only have these after restart. So if you guys can see there, if you're having like in your playing Minecraft, you can see the blocks are getting like white or losing the the pixels are on the edges, and you can just like fix it by turning on to 16 or even like turning on to 6. But I usually turn it off because I already have an anti-aliasing on my graphics card control panel. So if you guys have a graphics card from probably NVIDIA or AMD, you can actually set that on their control panel and just turn on the anti-aliasing up, which is super convenient. And then here we have some clear water. I just turn everything off because this usually makes the process of your FPS going down so badly. Like the swamp colors, I just turn it off. Custom fonts, well, I can say that people usually put custom fonts in some certain servers, but I just turn it off because why not? I don't really need those crazy realistic feel of Minecraft. I just need about the gaming feel of itself, the gameplay. This is the connected textures here. This will let you to join the texture of glass, sandstone, and bookshelves when placed next to each other. So if like glass, you can see there it actually connect the glass if you're using Optifine. But if you're not using Optifine, it'll just like move up. Like I'm gonna show you guys right now. I'm just gonna reload Minecraft right now. So let me just go here because you guys are probably wondering what I'm saying. So if I have glass here, the server's kind of laggy. Look at how many chickens I have. My FPS is not doing great anyway. So let's get away from this chickens or /TP to some other places /TP AP or AA 55 100 55. I'm going to a random place here so we can get away from those crazy chickens or whatever there. Hello? I go down already. There you go. Oh, I'm in somewhere. So you guys can see here the texture of the glass itself, and if you guys can see in the bookshelf here, it actually connect each other. You guys can see that it connects each other. But if I just quickly turn it off, quality off in a while now, and look at that. You guys can see the difference. The glass is no longer connected. It's now like separated by each other textures, and the bookshelf doesn't look symmetrical whatsoever. But I usually like to turn it on because usually when you turn it on, people can know that you're using Optifine, and it's better looking as against there. You don't have any border lines across the both way of the glass itself, which is nice. Let me just quit to the tile here, and then move on. Here we have a custom sky. Usually I turn it on so we can have a little bit of symmetrical clouds. Not really symmetrical clouds, it's called the like the sky looks better when you turn it on, but it's slower. But if you turn it off, good luck. You can also turn it off, but you don't really want to turn everything off because that will be a problem actually. This is some random mobs. I just turned it off. Better snow. This doesn't really affect your gameplay. Better snow is just like get you a better symmetrical look of the snow, which I don't really prefer to turn it on. Custom colors, of course, you need this to turn it off. You don't really need custom colors. You also don't really need smooth biomes. You just turn it off. Neutral textures, of course, you need to turn it on because it removed the grid-like pattern created by repeating blocker of the same type. It uses rotated and flipped variants of the base block texture. The configuration for the neutral textures is applied by the current texture pack, which is nice. And this is the custom items. You don't really need that, but you can turn it on. The custom item texture is applied by the current texture pack. So yeah, it's about if you're changing up to a texture pack or whatnot. Right, moving on. Here we have performance. So we can have a smooth FPS. So your FPS will be like stabilized around like the 50 or the 60s, but if you turn it off, your FPS will go like to 300, but it will go down for like 10 FPS. But if you're like turn it on, it'll be stabilized, so you'll get like a medium 50 or a medium 50 to 60 FPS, but you cannot really get higher than that 60 FPS. But if you turn it off, you can go up to like 100, but if you go down, you can go to like 20 to 10 or even 1 FPS, which is crazy. And then you have fast render here, so we can render up faster. Use optimized rendering algorithm, which decreases the GPU load and may substantially increase the FPS, which is crazy. And I like these. It's pretty nice. You just turn it on. There's no effective of your FPS, so turn it on, it'll be faster. So it's actually optimized rendering, which is crazy, and your GPU load will be substantially increasing the FPS. So that's like your for your GPU. And this chunk update. So this is the number of chunk update per rendered frame. So if your FPS going down or up, it'll can stabilize your, destabilize the frame rate. And this is a lazy chunk loading, smooth the integrated server chunk loading by disturbing the chunk over several ticks. Turn it off if parts of the world do not load correctly. So yeah, if you turn it off, sometimes you got glitched on the world, so sometimes it just became blue and it doesn't really load the chunk. So you can just turn this thing off if it doesn't load correctly. But it's also effective only for local words and single core CPU. And I have a couple of core CPUs, so I'm not using a single core, so very nice. This is a smooth world, stabilize FPS by disturbing the internal server load, effective only for local world or single player. Yep, I don't really like to play single player, but let's go turn it on. And fast math is like uses optimized sin and cost function, which can be better utilize the CPU and increase the FPS. So you want to turn this thing on. You don't want to turn it off because of course it has better math, if you can prefer to call it math. Like seriously, it doesn't add you to have 1 + 1, but it'll punish your graphics card and your CPU to get a better FPS. And here we have dynamic updates. Dynamic updates force more chunks update while the player is standing still to load the world faster. So it's very nice. You can probably get the dynamic updates on. I don't really prefer to turn off, so just turn it on. So here's like a basic explanation of Optifine here, guys. So you guys need to stick around with the gameplay a little bit here. And you guys can see there Optifine HD H2 Ultra. I'm using a 1.8 Minecraft. The 1.9 haven't been released for Optifine, but soon, probably next 2 months or next month even, they're gonna be out. So probably I'm gonna put the link, but I don't know, I'm just gonna link it to the 1.8 because I don't really prefer to play in 1.9 for PvP or a better FPS, because it definitely, well, it actually increased a couple of FPS. I don't say it's bad, but it kind of make the game a little laggy and glitchy. You guys know that, because 1.9 is just like kind of new, and I will prefer to go 1.8 for PvP or whatnot. Other here we have Lego meter, which is you just turn it off, so it's just like a debug screen for F3. Well, I will say that you can go up to cyan or whatever here, you can turn it on anyway, who cares. That doesn't make your game lag, whatever. Weather, you can turn it on or off. Well, off, the weather controls rain, snow, and thunderstorms. Weather control is possible for local worlds, so there's like kind of to control up your weather or whatnot. And here we have full screen. Of course, I'm using a full screen, so every time you start off your Minecraft, it'll be just like full screen. Full screen mode may be faster or slower than window mode, depending on the graphics card. Well, I'm using a NVIDIA GeForce GT 930, which is probably pretty nice graphics card. And then we have a show FPS. So if you guys can see there, when I really just like go to a Minecraft world, you can see the FPS going on there. So that's what the FPS were. You can turn it off if you don't want to know your FPS, or if you're like having a bad FPS and you don't want to show it to YouTube, well, you can turn it off. But if you want to turn it on, well, like me, I love to check out my FPS so I can know my PvP. If my FPS going down, I'm not gonna bother to kill people, but when my FPS goes up, rise up, I'm trying to get that chance of killing people. And of course, Skywars or Hunger Games or Survivors or whatever game you want to play, actually. So yeah, this will shows you the FPS information or whatever here, and this is the 3D anagraph. So this will lets you to have Minecraft in 3D if you're having a red cyan 3D glass, and enable a stereoscopic 3D effect using different color for each eye. Records a red cyan glasses for proper viewing, which is crazy. You can also reset your video settings there, but I'm not gonna do that. Debug Profiler, so this will makes your game a little slower, but the Debug Profiler collects and shows debug information when the debug screen is open in F3. So I wanted some information add on to your F3. And here is the time. I'm using default, so it's like a normal day and night cycles. You can also change that to day only, so if you're playing like a couple of games, you want to turn it on to day, not to night. But yeah, all servers are still having default, so if you're changing it to day only, even though you're in like other servers like UHC, it'll automatically turn it off because it's not allowed. Like, it's different on servers, but this time setting is only effective in creative mode, as I told you guys, and for local worlds, not for like multiplayer or whatever. And here's full screen mode. Yep, this is default. Use a custom screen resolution. Maybe faster for WXH, but I'm gonna prefer to just like move it on to default. And it's like auto save here, just to like save your interval for 2 seconds is not recommended. Auto save causes the famous lag spike of death. Then I changed it up to 30 minutes after knowing that 2 seconds is pretty bad. And yeah, that's probably everything for the settings of the Optifine itself. There's like really nothing else for this multiplayer settings. That's like everything. But if you're like really launching for a server right here, it'll of course get a better FPS. You guys can see here, if I just like log in here, you guys can see there I have a higher frame per second there. Well, it's still in the mid 40 or 30. It's not really, yeah, because I was stabilizing my FPS. So if I real quick turn my FPS, like I just like real quick disconnect here, video settings, details, like where's the FPS settings there, smooth FPS. So if you turn it on, no stabilization. So if I can just go back to multiplayer here, playing Hypixel server, let me just like get into that, and there you go. Your FPS could go down to even like 20 or even like in the mid 30s. Well, yeah, there's like no stabilization, probably slower, but I like to get my FPS stabilized. You guys can see there I can even get 13 FPS, which is bad, but I like to turn it on just to, you know, performance. I don't want like, oh, there you go, no stabilization. Yep, this is where you got no stabilization. Your FPS might go down like higher, like that, 40 FPS, staying in 40 FPS. Yeah, but you can also go down to even 14 or 11 FPS, which is crazy. But I like to keep it on, sometimes off. You can also get like 50 there, which is nice and Gucci and whatever. So if I disconnect here, that's everything for Optifine. You can, oh yeah, there's one thing I want to show you guys. If you go real quick to Hypixel or whatever server you are into, and here if you're doing F3 right now, F3, you guys can see there we got this little thing though, showing like a pie chart in the right hand side, and as well there's a little thing here, shows you how many megabyte per second is your Minecraft loading for. And yeah, it shows you everything here, which is nice. It shows you the display update, the game renderer, the tick, and the pie chart will work. But I like to keep it on so I can like understand how my Minecraft work and whatever these. This is like a, I don't know, chunk update type of thingy display or whatever though. And yeah, there's the couple of things to go on here, and you need to get used to it later on. So yeah, that's basically what it adds if you're adding up an Optifine mod onto your Minecraft. Well, I'm gonna show you guys a real quick how to act. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Wow, I almost missed this thing. So if you real quick go to Hypixel or whatever here, you can actually zoom in. That's probably, I almost forget to do that. I almost end up the video with not showing you this method. Are you kidding? You guys can see that? You guys can see that? I can zoom in. This is not hacking. This is not hacks. This is not a mod that lets you to get banned in servers. This is allowed even in Hypixel. I swear to God, you're not gonna get banned even though you're using a Optifine mod. And I'm having X. What happened with my ping there? YOLO. I think some stuff is going on. Why am I in X? I was here for 5 bar. Now I'm in X. Wow. Wow. And yeah, that's it. And here is the real quick control section here, so you can actually you can zoom in there and yeah, let's see here. Zoom, you can see that. You can also zoom that. And yeah, pretty nice little thing there, which is crazy. So I think that's everything for the actual review of these Optifine mod. Hope you guys will enjoy this video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you guys want to download this mod, make sure to go down to the description, check it out yourself, and just download whatever mods you like to do, and I will link it in the description. Like, you can definitely download Optifine mod. There's a couple of version of Optifine mod. You can just choose it. Probably the latest edition will be pretty nice. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. Make sure to hit that like button as well, subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Bye guys, and thank you everyone for subscribing our channels. Now we have been reaching 100 subscribers, so I'm really like hoping more to go on with my channel here guys. So yeah, thank you guys for all your support, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.